Fine. And we are live, and we are 2 minutes early, which that's rare for me because I'm on Cuban time. But good afternoon, Haiti Oropes. I've been away for a while, but I'm back, and what two great women to have on to when I'm coming back from a pretty long sabbatical. Candy Lowe, it's always good to see you and for you to be on, and Stephanie Poynor. So we're gonna start at 4 o'clock, right on time. So we're just gonna hopefully have some people join us on the live. But if not, then it's Saturday. People are probably enjoying Saturday with time with their family. But if not, you'll be able to catch this later on as a pre-record. So Candy, something huge is gonna happen next Saturday. Tell us a little bit about that.
Thank you so much on for one and also for supporting the Black Bus Tour. Next Saturday, September 23rd, is our Black Business Bus Tour in the city of Tampa, going out on the motor coach buses, supporting our business. We're very excited about it. It's our reunion bus tour, which is always the largest bus tour in Haiti since we started the Black Business Bus Tour in the city. We will be departing from 101 North 40th Street, and I'm just so excited. The hike has been much. I have about 10 people that are on the waiting list just in case someone decide they do not want to go. That's how it normally is, Haiti, a week out before the bus tour. We have a lot of people that wait to the last minute, but we are rolling next Saturday. The buses leave 9 a.m., turning back at 1 p.m. in the great city, supporting our businesses. Anyone can be on the bus, but we're going to go out. We're going to support our small African American businesses in our city. We have a lot of people that have jumped on board to help us make this happen in our city. Um, I can't see Hillsborough County Democratic Black Caucus. Um, uh, Michael Isaac, that is always there with us with the Black Business Bus Tour. Also, we have Vertical Renewal. Norman Harris, Attorney Norman Harris, has been with us for quite some time. Business Plan Plus with us. Joshua Montera is with us on the Black Business Bus. So many other people that have been helping us out and just believe in what we've been doing, and especially you.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna show some of the businesses that you sent me yesterday because that's the whole objective, right? You How long have you been doing this? Because it's been, I know, a lot of years, and I always get it wrong because it's so many years. I always get how long have you been doing this?
17. June
Wow.
was 17 years. Started in 2002.
Okay, so I'm trying to get the actual flyer. If you just bear with me, because I did get all the businesses that you sent me yesterday. Let me see if I can get the actual flyer. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Um, let's try to get that over here. I don't. We also have on the waiting with us Stephanie Poynor. She's going to be talking about the city's budget after a Candy finishes. But why is that I not getting this? Okay, so listen, I'm having a little bit of trouble, but let's just go ahead and show this business, Royal Blossom. You sent that to me. Come on, go ahead. I know that that's one of the businesses that you support.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about that business.
Haiti Royal Pineapple, the brand, and that is one of our young uh, and he has been promoting his brand now for 5+ years. Young guy, 30s, and doing great. Just has been pushing no matter what happens. Also, I think it switching up style, which is one of the businesses that has been with us quite some time. Also, Queens Kitchens quite some time. So we'll be going out supporting a number of businesses. As a matter of fact, I think you may know that each bus will go out to different and
You know
return
what,
back.
Candy? Hold on, Stephanie. Do you hear that there's audio like Candy going in and out?
Yes, ma'am. There's an echo.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
So Candy, because of that, tell me what Royal Blossom, what their product is, what their business is.
Oh wow! As t-shirts, hats,
Hats, T-shirts,
shirts, dresses,
dress.
swimsuits,
Got it. Dresses, clothing, pretty much.
all that.
And does he brand? Does he put like logos on for businesses? Okay, so that's what they. And where are they located? Do you have
He's,
that off the top of your head?
he's in Tampa. Raw is brand.
Royal Blossom. That's his brand. Yes.
Royal Pineapple.
Oh, Royal Pineapple. Gotcha. Okay. Royal Pineapple. So, and is that one of the businesses that the bus is going to pass by on Saturday?
He's actually been there for the last 4 years.
Got it. So he's going to be one of the vendors at the reunion. Great. So those who attend next Saturday, let me ask you a question. Can some persons attend the actual when the vendors are set up but not get on the bus because it's already sold out?
Yes. Yes. Anyone come to the vending portion, it is from noon to 3 at the same location, 51 North 40th Street. All the vendors will be there. Food trucks are there. Entertainment there. It's a great economic environment. Fun day for the whole.
Okay. All right. So here again, I am trying. I'm going to make one last ditch effort here to get this. Let me see if I can go ahead and copy this real quickly because I want to put the flyer out. I want to put the flyer out so people can see where the address is so that if they want to attend, at the very least, it's sold out. There's no more tickets to be sold to actually get on the bus and do the tour. But if they attend, they'll be able to check out a lot of the vendors that are going to be there at that address prior to the buses going out and doing the tour through all the businesses. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So I am going to try one last ditch effort here to put up the flyer, and I think I'm going to be successful this time. And because I do want that to go up. Go. I wonder why that's not coming up. Okay, maybe this. Anyways, I don't know why this is not. I'm doing this the way that I think that this should be working, and it's not coming up. That's wild. Okay, maybe I hope it's this one. Is it this one? Please let it be this one. No, it's not. Ay, ay, ay.
Portion out of bounds, far and left, loss of one on the play. 24.
Maybe it's because of the format. It's not a JPEG. Let me see if I can make it a JPEG.
Do what?
I'm trying to make this a JPEG. Listen, I'm going to try this one last time, and then I hope that this works. But if not, then it is what it is. We're going to go. It should work. It should work. Okay, so give me one last chance here. I'm. It's hard for me to quit. I think it's because it's not a JPEG. It's not letting me open it. But we're good. Here's the next business. Black art by Candy Lowe. You do great artistic work. I've seen it. What can you tell us about your passion for painting and oh wait. Hold on a second. You're muted. You're muted, Candy.
Yes, thank you so much for showing that. I have been painting for many years, so I have some prints available on next Saturday.
Okay, great. Great. So people could check that out there when the vendors are out. Yes? Okay. So who else do we have here? The wardrobe. Tell us a little bit about that.
That is the Vina Ward. I think you may know that Vina Ward has been in business for quite some time. She has an event center in the community, and we will be checking her out as well.
Okay. And tell us about Switching Up Styles.
That is one of my favorites. Switching Up Style. Been with us since 2018. And she is in West Shore Mall, West Shore Plaza, and we'll be going out to shop with her. She has accessories, clothes, just any and everything you would like to have to dress up, dress down, and I always love going Switching Up Styles.
Okay, and then tell us about She Women's Wellness Lounge.
A new business that we will be going to. She has a beautiful lounge. She has a tea lounge in there. She has a spa. So it is a really, really great spot that we're actually I'm excited to go to because she sells tea, and I'm a tea advocate. You know, in the past, I've owned a tea shop in the city of Tampa.
Got it. And who do we have here? Accent Styles Boutique.
Accent Styles Boutique. Been with us for quite some time as well. Anything to do with African looks, African attire, this is the place that everyone in the Bay Area should know about. Accent Style Boutique.
Got it. And then we have Shades of Gallery, Ron Watson.
Actually, that is a great by Ron Watson. He is probably one of the longest running artists in the Tampa Bay area. And he does amazing art. He's in Ybor City. He's been in Ybor for quite some time. He will be stopping by his shop.
Okay, and then final. Oh wait, I think we have two more. We have two more. We have. Oh no, we already did Switching Up Styles. So we have Tamara's Secretarial Services.
Yes, she speaks for it. She's been in business for quite some time. Well, and actually, I her service. So we will be going by Tamara's shop as well.
Okay, well, Candy, again, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna in the comments section because I couldn't put up the flyer. I don't know what's happening with that, but I am going to give me the address. It's gonna be Saturday.
Next Saturday.
Next Saturday. That's yep.
23rd
At when does that start?
at 5101 North 40th Street. If you're
So 5101 North
40th Street.
40th Street, and that's Tampa,
Yes.
Florida, and it starts at
Yes. North 40th Street. We encouraging everyone to come out between 8 and 8:30-ish to get signed in, get your armband. Buses leave at 9 a.m., returning back at 1. But the vending portion starts at noon to 3 o'clock.
Okay, so let me get these hours correct. 8 a.m. to 8:30 sign up. And then what time are the vendors going to be there so that people can interact and see learn about their businesses and what they do, their services and what they sell their products?
Thank you for that question. That's very important. Ending is from noon to 3. 12 noon to 3 p.m.
Okay, so from 12 to 3 p.m. people can be there physically present, because then the bus tour has already occurred. Yes, right. I'll say 12 noon to 3 p.m. The vendors will be at that location.
Correct.
And so we're not even going to talk about when the bus goes out because it's sold out.
Correct.
It is sold out. So here we are.
Sold out.
Good job. Good. Florida You Judge is announcing in support of the Black Business Tour next Saturday, September 23rd at 5101 North 40th Street, Tampa, Florida. Candy Lowe has just advised that to be there present between 8 and 8:30 for sign up. For those who are going on to the bus tour, yes? And then from 12 to 3 p.m. they'll be back, and it's going to be a good time with music, yes? There's going to be some entertainment between 12 noon and 3 p.m., and that'll give the public, if you missed your chance to get a ticket to actually do the bus tour, you can be there between 12 noon and 3 p.m. to be able to interact with the and engage with the vendors and learn about those businesses. Thank you, Candy, for being on.
Thank you.
And go back to that football game. You know what? I did want to, before you leave, I did want to make mention of that, because I know this is a person that I have seen at Tea and Conversation. You do this, I think, Tea and Conversation at Al's Finger Licking Soul Food every, what is it, the third of Saturday of every month? Am I correct?
Second and third.
Second and third of every month. You have Tea and Conversation. I've been there. It's quite the event and the opportunity to engage with the community. But I have seen, and I just wanted to announce real quickly, Lisa McLean, who's running for Hillsborough County Public Defender for the 2024 election cycle. She's going to be here live, and I wanted to announce that for those of you who are watching. She's going to be here live. For those of you who want to call in and ask her questions about her candidacy on September 30th at 11 a.m. She will be here live, and I just wanted to make mention about the fact that she has been attending your Tea and Conversations to engage the community.
Yes. Been in conversation and on the bus tour.
That's right. She's been on the bus tour as well. Okay, well, you have a great rest of what's left of Saturday, and thank you for coming on. You have a great Saturday. Thanks. Okay, so now it's me and Stephanie, and Stephanie Poynor. I'm sure that locally, at least, a lot of the community and those who are paying attention to what's going on in the Tampa Bay area. I don't live in Tampa. I don't live in Hillsborough, but I do read the news, and I have loved ones, friends that do live in Tampa. And so I've been catching a lot of the headlines and the coverage on the news as to the budget, Tampa's budget. And I'm very proud of this woman here on the screen, Stephanie Poynor. I had the good fortune of seeing her engaging on social media. I'd never met her in person, but I saw her a couple of years ago, maybe a year or two ago, and I thought, my gosh, where did this firecracker come from? Like, my word, she has got fire in her belly, and she is a real asset to the community, for real. And she's smart, and she's bold. And so can you just briefly, Stephanie, thank you for joining me on Florida You Judge this afternoon. This is a special broadcast because I wanted to get Stephanie in, because this Tuesday the city council is going to, my understanding, I could be wrong, so you're going to be schooling me, and you're going to be schooling hopefully those who are going to be impacted or are going to be benefited from the allocations of money through that budget. and it's going to be decided on Tuesday. Am I correct on that, Stephanie?
Yes, the 19th. It's planned to be the last meeting on the 19th. It's mandated before October 1st. I guess it's really going to depend on what the administration comes back with.
Okay, so tell us, just chronologically, briefly, what occurred, and how you were very instrumental in that. I caught a lot of your live streams that through the city council meetings that were aired online for the public to view. You addressing the city council, and not only that, just on your own platforms, you were breaking down, because you're on the budget committee. Yes, and tell us how that works. Tell the public, the community that's watching, particularly those that live in Tampa, tell them your role.
This is my third year on the Citizens Budget Advisory Committee. And I was actually requested to be on the committee by Councilman Dingfelder. And when Councilwoman Hurtak came in, she kept me. So this is my third year reading the budget. It has been by far the most challenging. Can you hear the reverb, or is it just me? Oh, wait. Is that better?
You're good. Okay. I can tell you, if you're hearing reverb, it's not affecting the broadcast.
Okay. So this is a 1,000-page document on a good day. The last 2 years, they have made it all into one document. It was a PDF. It was a searchable document. This year, they presented the budget on August 3rd. They did not give us the entire budget. That, when I say us, they didn't give it to the budget committee, nor did they give it to city council until 6 days later. So they waited around for a while, and they still didn't give it to us all in one place in a PDF format like it has been in the past, even though it was requested before the August 3rd timeline. So it's very interesting how that came out. That budget, the 1,000 pages, included the millage increase. So as everybody knows, there was a 1% mill increase that the mayor's administration wanted to tout as about $20 a month.
What was the millage?
It was 6.2.
Okay. So
they want to raise it to 7.2.
Got it. And so all of a sudden you're tasked with, along with your fellow committee members, to review everything to try to make sense of as to that request for the increase. Yes.
Now the budget committee, even though they had met with some of the higher ups, the CFO and the chief of staff, within 30 days before the budget was released, they didn't know about it. And there was some frustrated folks on the Citizens Budget Advisory.
What do you mean they didn't know about it?
They didn't know about
it.
The
CFO didn't know about the budget?
No, the Citizens Advisory Committee didn't know anything about it until
30 days before the council was to vote on it. So
we had met with them on those within 30 days, but they didn't tell anybody anything about it. So it was a big surprise to the budget committee. So we knew nothing about there was a millage increase on the table. It's kind of interesting because the mayor has basically been a lame duck since the first week in May when she got sworn in, and she's had months to grease the skids on this and really sell the program. But instead, they waited until the very last minute to throw it out there, and it was a little bit frustrating.
Okay, so let me ask, just so that I understand this. So when was that? Because I watched it at about 10 o'clock or 10:30. I was like, I'm turning it off. But it was interesting to watch it, for real. That date, when was that date?
When she presented? When she was there?
No. When there was a vote where they shot it down.
With a vote. That was the... What date was that?
It was a couple of weeks ago. Okay,
yeah,
so
2
then
weeks
just
ago.
All right.
Right. It was on a Wednesday night, and then we had another meeting this Tuesday.
Right. So when did you all know, the budget committee, about where you were able to review the budget and you learned about the request for increasing the millage?
Right. And we
before the day that council voted on it.
Yes. We had a meeting about I think they presented on Thursday, of course, because that's city council day. So I think we had a meeting the following Friday, maybe, because the budget committee generally meets on Friday mornings. So so there were some people who were upset because we felt like we should know about it. But one of the things that was very disconcerting was it was $53 million. And we asked during that meeting, hey, can we get the budget? Is it already infused into this budget? Yes, it is. So where are we supposed to find the $53 million in a $1.9 billion budget? Where were we supposed to find that information? And the administration refused to give it to city council. And I ended up with it the day before the first budget workshop, which was 2 weeks ago.
How much time did you have to get up to speed before the vote?
Maybe 2 weeks.
Okay.
I should do a better job at keeping my calendar. I'm sorry.
So it doesn't. That's fine. But so when you're saying that, so the 53 million, you needed to find that in the budget.
Yeah, because we didn't know what pot did they put it in. There's 1,000 pages. Did they put it on page 1, page 7, page 75, or page 700?
As far as where that money was going to go towards?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying? Okay.
Exactly.
So, all right. So they're making a request, but you don't know and understand exactly or can find exactly where that money that they're requesting, which is the increase, where that's going to be allocated to.
Exactly. So if you take it all and just throw it in there, it's like putting water in a lake. I think that's what Councilman Carlson had said. It's like throwing water in a lake. You don't know where the money's sitting. So we kept asking. I actually received it on I'm wanting to say the 16th, 4 hours before that meeting. I received where the money was.
Okay, so
put.
let me ask you a question. What's the Jane Castor wasn't there during the vote. So what thoughts or what feedback have you gotten about that?
Well, when the mayor presented the budget to city council, she said it was about 4 things.
Oh, I see. So she actually did before the vote, but she wasn't there for the vote.
She did on August the 3rd. She appeared before council and presented the budget.
Right.
And when she did, that's the first time she's been before council since I've been around. Okay. I think that's the second time since she's been mayor that she's been over to council.
Okay, so she already did her presentation, and then so that she wasn't there. Do you think she really needed to be there? Maybe not. She already made her pitch as to, look, this is what I'm.
I think it was time for her to be there. I don't understand why she doesn't want to come to council, but okay. The bottom line is that she came to council and she said this budget's about 4 things.
And those 4 things are?
There's 3 P's in H: public safety, which realistically needs to be broken down between police and fire. They need to have their own separate entities because police gets just about anything that they want, and fire is treated like the redheaded stepchildren. They get whatever's left over. And so you got to look at the difference between the two. It's amazing. Okay, and then we had so public safety, paving, parks, and housing. So one of the things that the mayor touted was, oh, we're going to hire 60 more police officers and 60 more firemen. That's not in the budget. It was not in the budget at all. They actually wrote a grant for those 60 officers.
So what you're saying that part of the increase that was requested was going to go towards what you just mentioned, police, firefighters, and that actually wasn't in the actual budget.
Nope.
So you're asking for money that's not even in the budget that you're proposing.
Right. That's what she told us they were going to spend the money on.
But it wasn't there. But what's not in the proposed
No, it wasn't in the budget. That they had like 24 employee changes or hires, additional hires, according to their OBB staffing report on OpenGov. Then we go to paving. Oh, we're going to spend all our money on paving this year. Well, guess what? Since 2021, they have allotted $4.1 million for paving. And that's what it was for this year. And next year, all the way out to 2028. So they didn't increase any spending on paving at all. Okay, so there's, and police asked for some money, fire asked for some money, but when you divide $42 million by 4, that's 10.5 million per segment. So we should be seeing close to $10 million for each segment. Parks and Rec. I have some big questions about Parks and Rec, because as I look through all the capital improvement projects that are in the budget that they gave to us, there's a lot of them that they didn't spend any money. Last year, they allocated $600,000 for general maintenance. So I don't know, whatever little things need to be fixed around the city. They only spent 5% of that. They had another one for general electrical issues. They spent 12% of that. So why is Parks and Rec needing more money if they're not spending the money that's allocated for them? Why didn't they spend the money that's allocated for them?
So where did that money go?
That's a really good question. I don't know where it went. And I don't know,
because if you're asking for money last year for what those 2 items that you mentioned, and they only used 5%, 12%, where's the balance of that money that was allocated for those?
Right.
Does that money stay in? Are there reserves? What kind of accounts are they? Or is it just one pool where all the monies go in? How does this work?
Isn't supposed to roll from year to year from budget
For
to
real.
budget?
So that's why I'm asking. Is
Right.
it separate accounts? Is it one whole one?
No,
Who keeps track of
It's
you
a really good
allocated, you
question.
tagged this money for this, but then there's a balance left for the next year? Does it like, how does that work? I don't get it.
That's exactly what I've got to say. I don't get it either. But then when we look at the Parks and Rec, Councilwoman Hurtak asked for a rollover sheet, and what they presented, Parks and Rec is negative. They are upside down 5.5 million. Maybe it went to the East Tampa Rec Center. I don't know. I can't. The thing about it is, we get little piece here, little piece there, little piece here, little piece there.
Has that always been, or is it just this? Has it always been like this?
I think that I know this. My first year on the budget committee, I did a whole lot of listening and a whole lot of watching. Last year, I was a little bit more active. This year, I'm going to say I've been pretty aggressive, and so has Councilwoman Hurtak. She has read the whole budget.
Why does the budget have to be complicated? Taxpayers are paying it.
Exactly.
Why is it that you all, who are in oversight, or you're there representing each of you, the districts of the council people that are there, why is it, if you guys don't understand the budget and you can't make sense of it, then what's going on? I want to be able to make sense of what my taxes are going towards.
That's a really good question, Haiti. And honestly, I learn something new every single day, and I'm learning something new going forward. And it's changed how I do everything that I deal with the city on.
So let me ask you a question. What was allocated last year, do you go through like what was paid to whom and to connect? This money throughout the year went to this company for this pavement or this. Oh wow! So that's interesting. If I was a resident of Tampa, right there, there needs to be reform about that. Get whomever to make the budget reader friendly, so that people can see a budget and say, okay, this makes sense, and they can track the monies that come in. And based on the budget and what was voted on and what was said to those who are paying those taxes, this is going to this. If I'm saying $100 goes to this, I want to see, did it go to it? And if not, the balance, and if what's going to be done with the balance? Where does it go? Or does it just I'm going to want to look at that budget one time with you.
You're absolutely correct. And one of the problems is that city council, even though they're the people who approve the budget, there is not anybody who's on council who is a budget person. And honestly, the charter says that city council should have an employee who's a budget analyst. And that person should be reviewing the budget over and over and over again.
Are there
to
like
include agenda items every
It's
week.
incredible that it's yeah. So, okay, but with all that mess and like my culture, which is Cuban, we would call that rice mixed with mango. It's messy. You don't understand. This isn't clear. That's a problem.
Exactly.
That's a problem when your
And-
taxes are getting, and then there's a suggestion. Let's take more money from you. Why don't we?
Right.
Let's take,
And none of
so
the money was spent where they said they were going to spend it.
last year.
This year.
Oh,
This
oh,
year.
okay,
They
right.
had-
From the last
they
budget,
had no intention
whatever,
of those
right?
four
Oh, got
things.
it, right. Last year they said,
the money
oh,
wasn't. No,
gotcha.
it
Okay,
wasn't
so
put there.
okay, so listen, let me ask you
wasn't gonna
this.
be
Okay,
put there.
good on the city council. Okay, my understanding is that the 7 out of the 7, 6 said no.
Right.
Okay, one of the city council people, Gwen Henderson,
Yes, ma'am.
she said yes, more taxes
She
for
wanted,
her
she
district.
wanted to tax everybody in the city.
Okay,
But what most people didn't understand,
are they going to suffer, by the way? Because that's the suggestion that some people are saying. You said, Lynn Hertek said, that the monies that with the current millage that everybody's going to be taken care of this year with the monies that without any increase.
without the millage increase, the city of Tampa still receives a 12.3% increase in their tax
Right.
because the price of housing has went up
Right.
that much.
Okay.
And I would argue it might even be more because we've had a significant increase in the number of units within the city in the last couple of years. And that's something I've asked for. I've asked for impact fees. I've asked for the transportation.
What are impact fees?
Impact fees, if a developer buys or builds an apartment complex, for example, they are responsible for the transportation impact fees. Now, those fees haven't been raised in 35 years. They're still paying old school fees. 35 years. Think about it. So, for example, there's apartments across the street from me. Those they're responsible for $157,000 worth of transportation impact fees. I asked the legal department because they built so much in my community, south of Gandy, thousands of units. I asked a bunch
You know
of
what
people.
you should do? You know what you should do? You said 1,000 pages
Yeah.
of the budget.
Yes.
Has it been condensed?
No, it's all busted up. There's like 3 different parts. It's been infuriating to me because people will ask me, where's that at in the budget? And I go, well, it's in this document on this page. And maybe you can find it under this page number because a bunch of it's screenshots, so you can't even search the document, which is absolutely ridiculous.
Is that budget available online to the taxpayers?
Yes, if you Google City of Tampa budget, it'll come up. It'll
Okay,
be
so
first
the
page.
public can see it. It's
Mhm,
okay.
Absolutely.
But all right. So the good news, I suppose, without being a resident of Tampa, but just based on what you're saying, is that those who are, they lucked out because 6 out of the 7 council people said no to the proposed increase by the mayor.
In my opinion, yes.
Okay,
And when I first heard about the millage increase, I tend to be on the liberal side, but I'm fiscally conservative. Mentally.
You know what? Here's the thing. We
I always
have
have
some viewers on, and thank
Okay.
you for joining us. Heidi Oropesa, thank you for coming on. And if you live in Tampa and you want to, or not, and you want to call in, the call-in number is 727-214-4930. If you have a comment that you want to make, you can call in. I'd love to have you call in and do that. Stephanie, listen, I know you. I don't think you're going to just, if you thought that it was necessary, the increase, you would have voted for it.
I probably
Or not
would have
vote,
voted
you would have
had it been in the budget.
Huh?
I mean, had those four things actually been in the budget, and had we not been sold a bill of goods, it was all smoke and mirrors. Housing, they only set aside 7.2 million for housing. Now, that's ridiculous. Where it was supposed to be 10.5. Where's the rest of it? Where'd it go? And I know where it go. I know where it went. They put half of the money in reserves, and reserves are a savings account for the city. Now the paving, this is something I find interesting. The CFO tells me, "Oh well, we're going to bond that, so you're going to get a 30-year mortgage on paving our roads, so that my kids and my grandkids can pay for us to have paved roads now. Why not pay for it like we're supposed to out of that millage increase?" Well, I'll tell you why. Because they were too busy spending $54 million more in salary this year than last year. $54 million. I pulled the top 3 people in each department. It is 96 people. Of those 96 people, 51 of them were going to receive a 10% or more increase in their salary for this year. Now, I like a lot of those people. There's some of them that I love, and I would like to see them get a nice fat increase. But here's the thing. Is that appropriate for every citizen in the city to give these folks a big fat paycheck? They're already getting a decent paycheck. And those top 96 make more than I've ever made in my life in 1 year. They'll probably make more than I've ever made in my life in 2 years.
And so the mayor wanted to give them more money.
Yes.
Okay.
And she also wanted to hire a $165,000 project manager, also that could very well be called a deputy mayor, which is not in the chart.
Okay. And so, all right. So basically, a good amount of people, including yourself, you're confident. You're at rest that Tampa's not going to suffer because you guys opposed the increase.
No, not if what city council requested to be done is done without putting money in places where it shouldn't be.
What did they request?
They requested that the 997 non-union employees of the city be given just a COLA raise. They requested to review. There was a couple different things that they requested to review, and I should have all that in front of me, but I didn't write it down. So, and it was very late at night. I'm a 9:00 bedtime girl.
Okay, wait. Let's get some comments. There's some comments coming in. Bridget Castillo, thank you for commenting. SOG, I don't know what that
Not
is.
the Gandy.
Okay, is very proud of Stephanie, as the community should be, for real.
Thanks, Bridget.
Okay. So this Tuesday is the council meeting where they're going to vote on allocating those monies where it's needed.
Yes. Hopefully they do what council asked without any other BS. And I'll be honest with you. I sat in on a meeting with the administrators with Lynn Hertak last week, and I was disgusted at the childish, petty nonsense. And I told them that. I told all the folks that. I told the police chief, the fire chief, the person who's in charge of, oh my gosh, every
what was interesting?
Department head. Nobody wanted to give up any money. I'm like, do you think Santa Claus is coming to deliver this millage increase? Because you're not going to get all the money you asked for. So what are you going to do without?
Yeah, what was interesting to me, I think that gentleman who's I didn't commit to memory his name, but the CFO who took offense
Mr.
who took offense at, I think it was Lynn Hertak saying that there was a shell game. It appeared with trying to figure out some aspects of the budget, and then he was being asked questions, and he said, "I have to look into that. I got to check into." I'm thinking, why doesn't he have that information available readily for this big council meeting where they're gonna vote on the budget? I was like, wow. you're taking offense that she's saying I can't find where this money's at, or where, and then she's describing it as a shell game because that's what it looks like to her, and he's taking offense. But then being asked questions. I know 2 times questions were asked, and he said, "I gotta go check that. I gotta go look into that. I want to be correct." So I'm thinking, why aren't you ready to have that information at that moment? Okay, well, is there anything that you'd like to let the community know on Tuesday? Hopefully, those who will be impacted by where those monies go, where they're allocated to, they'll be present or at least watch online. What do you want to leave the viewers with, those who reside in Tampa, as to what should happen on Tuesday?
I think everyone should write Mayor Castor. And
Is she going to
ask
be there,
her-
by the way? Has she said
I
she?
doubt it. I seriously doubt it.
Why?
Because she's only been twice in 5 years.
Mm.
So I would fall out if she was there again. She usually lets Chief Bennett do the talking for her at City Council.
Okay.
So I would say write jane.castor@tampagov.net and ask her to be transparent and do a good job with getting this budget shifted to where it needs to be. And that we have to have a more realistic expectation for what the city spends. We don't need any $140 million office buildings anymore. It's kind of sad because some of the things that were priorities in this budget had nothing to do with the citizens. I thought it was interesting that building next door to City Hall, they call it T-Mob, they wanted a $500,000 overhaul of the lobby. But
right, I heard. Yeah, they discussed that. Yeah.
Yeah, but then I'm like, but city council chambers probably haven't been updated since the 80s, and hundreds and hundreds and thousands of people a year sit in the city council chambers. And that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. There's lots of things that didn't make sense, but I just want folks to pay attention. You can follow my Facebook page, Stopover Building SOG. I have a lot of stuff on there.
Wait, what's there? Okay, hold on. So your name's there, Stephanie Poynor. So
if you Google me, you're going to find me. It's
but on Facebook,
dog.
If they on the search box, if they put your name in, you're going to come up.
Yes, absolutely. But Stopover Building SOG, SOG, looks like a stop sign. That is my Facebook page. We also have the THAN page, THAN, which is the Tampa Homeowners and Association of Neighborhoods. Okay. I'll put these on the link on Facebook and in the comments, wherever.
Oh, yeah. Wait, so I'll do it for you. Okay, Sen, you know what I finally did? What I couldn't do when Candy was here? It doesn't matter if she's gone. Because I'm persistent. I don't stop.
Good job.
So there it is. There's the flyer.
Okay.
It was a different format. It was in a JPEG. That's why I wasn't able to open it. But there's the flyer. Finally. Yay. And so for those who are going to see this as a pre-record, September 23rd, and then the address is 5101 North 40th Street, Tampa, Florida. Okay. Now let's get to your information. I'm going to write that in the comment section. What do you want me to write so that I can publish it?
You can write the mayor. Her email address is Jane.
Okay.
.castor at tampagov.net.
At
tampagov.net.
Okay, give me 1 segundo to do that. Okay, so if you want to reach out to the mayor, Jane Castor, that's her email. Jane.castor at tampagov.net, whatever, weigh in any information, whatever you would like to transmit to her in writing about your thoughts about the budget.
We want her administration to be transparent and to work with council on this. And, council as a rule is that they have worked their butts off on this. And yes, it would have been much easier for them to go, yes, we'll pass the millage increase. Absolutely. So everyone in the city needs to understand how hard they have worked because they said no and took up for the citizens. Yes, absolutely. My brain is
imagine.
just mush
For sure. I
after
can
looking
imagine.
at this for so long. But we need the funding, and there is plenty of funding to be had. We're just going to have to not pay those 997 people all the money that they think they should get. And here's my question: should the whole city of Tampa have paid extra in taxes and rent in order to give those 997 people their payroll increase? Florida, you judge. Tampa, you judge.
I gotta work this. I
Yeah.
have a ton of hats here. Okay. Do you think you have it 100% down? Your understanding now, reading the budget, or no? You still need more clarity. Somebody needs to make it where it's very easy to understand the budget.
I think I have gotten a solid understanding. It's like learning algebra 2. Sometimes you get to the bottom of the problems.
So how
and you
close
go,
are
oh my
you?
God, I did that.
Right. So
I feel better about it this year, but I have also reached out to a couple public administration professors at USF and UT to see if I can audit a public budgeting class, because I would really like to learn more about how it works. I like numbers. So, that's just the dork in me.
So you do agree that it should be formatted to where anyone can read it and follow it and understand where the money's.
Well, their budget, the state of Florida has guidelines, but can you make this to where it's idiot proof? Absolutely. I think you could. I think you could make. There could be a 10-page document that would kind of get it down to the nitty gritty, and so that people could read that 10-page document and go, okay, I get it. This is where we're going with this. I mean, as anybody that is educating the public, we have to look at this stuff. Just like Pure was a big deal. The water stuff, it's a big deal. And do I understand all of it? No, I don't. But I have friends who understand all of it, and they've really made it into a product that we can share with our community. And Phil Compton, who is one of the leads of the Sierra Club, he may be president, I'm not sure. But he just sent out something last week about Pure and about the stakeholders. And he knows a lot more about it than I do, but I publish that because I want folks to understand. And so he has a really solid understanding of it. And there are other people who probably helped him get that solid understanding to where he can teach it to other people.
Okay, so Tuesday you'll be there. I'm sure you will address the city council.
Yes.
City council. And how long? You have 3 minutes, I think they give you 3 minutes.
Yeah, we only get 3 minutes. It's really kind of sad.
And you always go over. Everybody does always go over.
Everybody says, well, you're yelling at them. And I'm like, look, I really have no intention of yelling at them, but I have to get all this crap out in 3 minutes. And, it's coming louder.
You're not yelling.
It's coming louder and it's coming faster. And so do they get everything? No, not always. But, I know if they're like me, you go back and watch that stuff later to make sure you got everything out. And it never fails. If I go sit back down, I go, geez, I forgot to say. Blah, blah,
I know. But so you're going to address them as to where the monies should go to on Tuesday? Is that?
Well, they've already kind of decided where they wanted the money to go. So now it's really the administration coming back. And I had to agree with Charlie Miranda on this one. Charlie said,
how does that work though? How does that work with the city council before the day that they're going to vote on? This is where we're deciding the monies are going to be allocated.
Your guess is as good as mine.
Do they meet in secret? Do they? How does that work?
Have
do they email each other? Do
they
have a workshop? What happens?
City council cannot have sidebar conversations.
Right. So then how does that happen?
At all.
Right.
Because it's out of sunshine. So my guess is they'll probably have this workshop. They're going to discuss it. I would hope, please, Lord, little baby Jesus, I hope that they say, we're not going to approve it tonight. We need to have this budget item for a couple more days so we can think about it. Because when you make split-second decisions, $140 million for Hannah Street, then it comes back to bite you in the butt. So it needs to be where folks can examine it for a couple days. And honestly, if the administration had given it to us to start with in a short period of time, I would hope that they're going to give the budget to council before the 19th, which is what day is that? Okay, so that's Tuesday. And if council doesn't have it already, they may not have time before Tuesday to look at it. So can they make a decision on Tuesday? I would venture to say no, and they shouldn't make a decision on Tuesday, not unless they already have the documents.
Okay. Well, I'm very proud of you, and
I'm proud of you too, sister.
every county, city, country should have a Stephanie Poynor to look into. Listen, what you're doing. So that's what happens when you don't really pay attention. We all want to have enjoy our time away from work and doing. Spending time with our loved ones, our family, doing fun things, right? Because we work hard throughout the week. And then the last thing that we want to do is try to, see what the government's doing.
Right. I agree. But I find this to be absolutely intriguing. And this is fun to me.
Good.
And it's fun. It's funny because sometimes I sit down with city staff and they're like, "Thank you so much for spending your time with us." I'm like, "This is fun." I would much rather do this than go on a motorcycle ride or a horseback ride.
Go.
This is what I consider
good for the people. We the people. Good for that we have citizens like you to bring us information.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
You're gonna come back again because this is your
anytime.
You put in a comment. I couldn't respond to you saying, "Can I come play?" And I'm like, "What is she talking about? This is her playground. You can come play anytime you want." Okay?
I appreciate you
because you're and I'm very proud of you. Thank
and
you.
I apologize to
yes.
Candy for not looking like I was paying attention, but I promise you I was. I was over here pulling up my documents, so I made sure I had all my information.
Listen, Candy's wonderful. She probably didn't even notice.
And ride Candy's bus.
Well, it's sold out.
Yep.
The next one, good for her. She's been 17 years at it. So next time, get your tickets early so that you get to experience that.
That's right.
Okay, well,
all right.
for those of you,
have a good day.
Thank you. For those of you who are still watching live, thank you for joining us. Heidi Oropesa for Florida You Judge, and I just wanted to announce before I say bye-bye that a candidate, Lisa McLean, she will be coming on. What did I do with the? Let me get that overlay again. Hold on, give me 1 second. I wanted to announce that she will be coming on. Is that her? Yeah, she'll be coming on. Lisa McLean, she's running for Hillsborough County Public Defender for the 2024 cycle, and she's coming on September 30th at 11 a.m. and it'll be a live broadcast, and you can call in and just hear her candidacy, her platform, so that next year, if you're a Hillsborough County voter, you'll be able to know more about what she would be bringing to that very important office, and make the best decision when you go to vote. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. Till next time.